Welcome to the deep dive. So, you've got the basics of pickleball down, you're getting the ball over the net.
Which is a great start.
Absolutely. But now you're probably thinking, how do I actually win points? How do I play smarter?
Right. Moving beyond just hitting it back and forth.
Exactly. So today we're digging into some key strategies for beginners. We've looked at quite a bit of material on this.
Yeah, lots of advice out there.
And our mission really is to pull out the core strategic ideas that can pretty much immediately help you play better.
It's interesting, how beginners often think power is everything. Just smash it.
Always trying for the winner.
But what we're seeing consistently is that, well, smart placement and a bit of strategy, that goes a really long way, especially early on.
Okay, so let's jump into the first big one. Something maybe overlooked, but really vital, especially in doubles, positioning.
Oh, definitely. Positioning is huge. People often forget about it.
Seems like it's more than just standing somewhere on the court.
It absolutely is. Think about doubles. You want to control the net, right? That usually means getting up to the non-volley zone line, the kitchen line.
When it's safe, of course, after the serve.
Exactly, when it's safe. Because from up there, you have much better control for dinks, for volleys. Those angled shots become easier too.
But you can't volley in the kitchen.
Correct. Standing at the line gives you the advantage, but you have to respect the zone itself for volleys.
Got it. And something that really jumped out from the sources was this kind of golden rule for doubles positioning.
Ah, yes, the synchronization.
Yeah.
Partners moving together.
Right. Move up together, move back together, like you're tied together.
That's a perfect way to put it. If one player charges the net and the other hangs back.
Big gap in the middle.
Exactly. A huge gap your opponents can exploit. Staying synchronized, moving as a unit, that minimizes those openings. Makes you way tougher to attack.
Okay, positioning is the foundation. Now, building on that, let's talk about a specific shot that helps you get to that preferred position. The third shot drop.
This is often what separates, the beginners from players starting to move towards intermediate.
It sounds crucial. So the situation is serve, return.
And then the serving team hits the third ball.
Yeah.
That's your moment.
And the goal isn't power here, is it?
Not at all. The objective of the third shot drop is to hit the ball softly, usually with some arc, so it lands gently in the opponent's kitchen.
Okay, but hitting soft feels counterintuitive maybe. Why do that?
Well, the strategy behind it is twofold. First, that soft, higher arcing shot buys your team time.
Time to do what?
Time to move forward, to get from the baseline up to your own kitchen line.
Ah, connecting back to positioning.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And second, a good drop forces your opponents, who are likely already at their kitchen line, to hit the ball up.
Because it bounced low in the kitchen.
Right. And hitting up takes away their ability to hit a powerful attacking shot. It neutralizes their advantage and might even set you up for an easier follow-up volley.
Okay, so it's less about winning the point on that shot and more about setting the stage, gaining court position.
Exactly. It's a transitional shot. But the sources are clear.
Yeah.
It takes practice. Getting that touch isn't easy overnight.
I bet. So when you're in that third shot spot, you're saying the thinking should be more about placement and trajectory than just hitting it hard.
That's the key shift in thinking. It's about control and setting up the next shot, not just ending the point immediately.
All right, so let's say we hit a decent third shot drop. We've made it up to the kitchen line alongside our partner. Now what? Dinking comes into play, right?
Yes. Now you're in the dinking game, and it's way more strategic than it looks.
It just looks like tapping the ball back and forth softly.
It can look like that, but
Yeah.
think of it more like a tactical battle at close range. You're hitting these soft shots from your kitchen line into their kitchen
Okay.
with a specific purpose. You're trying to make them hit the ball upwards.
Why is hitting up so bad for them?
Because if they lift the ball too high over the net,
You can attack it, smash it down.
exactly, you get an opportunity for an aggressive volley or put away. Or the other possibility is they get impatient with the soft game.
And they try to hit it harder from the kitchen.
Right, which is risky. They might hit it into the net or hit it long. You're basically applying pressure through patience.
I saw one source compare it to chess with paddles.
That's a great analogy. You're probing, testing, waiting for your opponent to make a mistake or give you that high ball. It's about constructing the point.
So it connects back to controlling the net again. Dinking helps you maintain that control.
Absolutely. It's a primary tool for staying in control at the net and waiting for or creating your chance to attack. Patience is key.
Okay, positioning, third shot drop, dinking. Let's rewind to the very start of the point. The serve and return. There's strategy here too, beyond just starting the rally.
Oh, for sure. Your serve and return are like your opening moves. They set the tone.
So for the serve, what's the thinking?
Generally, the advice is aim deep and, if possible, keep it low.
Why deep and low?
A deep serve pushes the returner back, making it harder for them to hit an aggressive return and harder for them to rush the net. A low serve is just tougher to attack.
Okay, make them uncomfortable from the get-go. What about on the return side?
Similar idea, actually. Aim deep. Send that return towards their baseline,
Why is that the play?
because it forces the serving team, who has to let the return bounce, to stay back longer,
Ah, buying your team time.
to get up to the kitchen line. See the pattern.
It all comes back to controlling the net, controlling that kitchen line. It's like the high ground.
That's a good way to think about it. The serve and return are your first shots fired in the battle for net position.
Now, something that ties all of this together, particularly in doubles communication, this came up again and again.
It's so critical, and yet so often overlooked by beginners. It's not just politeness, it's pure strategy.
How so?
Well, even before the point starts, you should be talking to your partner, deciding who covers the middle, for instance.
Pre-planning.
Definitely. And then during the rally,
Yeah.
you need clear, quick calls.
Like what?
Mine, or I go, if you're taking it. Yours, or you, if you want your partner to hit it, maybe out, or let it go, if you read it as going long or wide.
What happens if there's silence?
Confusion,
Hmm.
hesitation.
Hmm.
Two people go for the same ball, or worse, nobody goes for it. Points lost needlessly.
Right. I've seen that happen. The ball just drops right between players.
Constant communication between points, sometimes quick calls during it just smooths everything out, avoids those awkward clashes or missed opportunities. You really need to be talking. How much do you find yourself actually talking during a typical game? It's something maybe to think about.
That's a good prompt for everyone listening. Okay, before we wrap, the sources also had some quick, really practical pro tips. Let's hit those.
Yeah, 3 good takeaways. First one, practice your footwork as much as your swing.
Footwork. Really? More than hitting.
Well, maybe not more, but just as much. Quick steps get you in position. You can have a perfect swing, but if you're not where the ball is.
Doesn't matter. Makes
Yeah.
sense. Get to the spot. What's tip number 2?
Keep your paddle up and your eyes forward when you're at the net. The ready position.
Why is that so important?
Things happen fast at the net. Volley exchanges are quick. Paddle up means you're ready to react instantly. Eyes forward means you're tracking the ball, prevents getting caught off guard.
So be alert, be ready. Got it. And the third tip?
Stay calm. Seriously. Especially when you're learning. So many games are decided by unforced errors.
Not by hitting amazing winners.
Less often than you'd think at the beginner level. The team that makes fewer mistakes, that stays patient and consistent, often wins. Don't try to force things or hit harder just because you're frustrated.
Patience over power sometimes. Great tips. Okay, so let's quickly recap the big strategic ideas we covered.
We talked about positioning, especially moving together in doubles and getting to that kitchen line.
Right. Then the third shot drop, that crucial shot for transitioning to the net.
Then the dinking game, the patient, tactical play at the net.
We also hit on serve and return strategy, focusing on depth to gain advantage.
And the absolute need for communication, especially in doubles.
Plus those great pro tips. Footwork, ready position, and staying calm.
Yeah, if you start thinking about these things, consciously applying even 1 or 2,
You can really make a difference. Build your confidence, make you feel more in control on the court.
absolutely. It's about understanding the why behind your shots and movements.
And like we said, this is just scratching the surface. We'll get into more advanced stuff later, maybe paddle selection, reading opponents.
Lots more to explore, so definitely keep listening.
For now, though, take these ideas out there. Maybe pick one thing, like focusing on deep returns or really communicating with your partner next time you play.
Yeah, just try it out, see how it feels. Learning and then applying, that's how you get better. Enjoy the process.
Couldn't agree more. So get out there, work on that strategy, and keep that paddle up. Maybe ask yourself, which of these tactics could most improve my game right now? Focusing on that continuous improvement is really the name of the game.